Namaskar and a very good evening to everyone. I Mukta Kandial welcome you all on this live interactive session of webinar, and today's episode is in the continuation of our series on Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, and you're watching this program on PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12, also on our YouTube channel, that is NCERT official. And the topic we have come up today to discuss is digital games financial vulnerability, and the expert we have today joining with us is Ms. Karanpreet Kaur. Ma'am is project engineer at Applied Information Security Division, CDAC Mohali. Namaskar मैम, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका इस सत्र में.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a welcome.
And to all our viewers, I would like to inform that if you have any questions, any queries related to this topic, that is digital games financial vulnerability, you can call us on a number that is 8800440559. You can also write to us at cybersafety@cit.nic.in. And apart from these two mediums, you can also connect with us through our YouTube channel, that is NCERT official. You can raise your queries, any doubt, through live chat box option over there. So without any further delay, let's start today's session of our webinar and directly head to Karanpreet ma'am. So ma'am, what all digital games we are going to discuss today in our session, and what all vulnerabilities that will be projecting today, ma'am?
Thank you so much, ma'am. So today we'll be discussing about digital games. As the name suggests, it looks very flashy name these days. No, not only kids but adults also. We all love to play games. As we are like surrounded with these smart devices, we got smart TVs, we got phones also. They all are connected with internet, and this gives us a next level of platform to play games, and that is a very good impression to play games and to have entertainment. This is a very good medium. But sometimes when we are not aware about these things, these technical things, we just fall into the traps which has a dark side, you can say. So as we all know that science, when we talk about technology, when we talk about, everyone is having one white side and one darker side. So today we will be discussing the darker side of the technology. That is, we will discuss the digital games, as we all know how to play them, but we will discuss the weaknesses which are behind, mainly the financial weakness, financial vulnerability, which is behind digital gaming. Okay. So our objective of this presentation is to educate and create awareness amongst community on the use of technology, internet media, and its implication on possible cyber crimes. When we opt for having entertainment online, let it be we are using any social media account or we are playing online video games, right? So they all are connected to internet, but they have many drawbacks connected with them. So we'll be discussing those in details. First of all, we will see what kind of threats are connected to it. So let's go one by one. It's like 92% of the Indian youth was found to have shared private information online, despite of being aware that it is risky. We all know that playing games or sharing our information online on social media and other things, it is quite risky. We can lose our privacy. But 92% of the Indian youth has already shared their personal information on it, though it is very malicious. And 53% of the youngsters trust that the virtual world and interact with strangers. What we actually do in digital games, or what we call as online gaming, it refers to playing video games online, as opposed to the gaming in the form of gambling. Okay, in the beginning it is like playing game, and more when you get into it, get indulged into it, more it becomes gambling kind of thing. So these video games are played on the variety of devices and offer competitive and collaborative world to visit with many other players. Okay? So these other players are like strangers. We do not actually know them personally. We interact with them and we trust them, and we share our private information with them. Being youngsters, there are 50% youngsters which are trapped into it. 51% of those are old who didn't care about their online privacy. they think that their information being shared is not at all important to them, which is a wrong thing. Okay, so online gaming, when we call digital gaming, young people may play video games, but players they don't know. Okay, and young people also play these video games with players they don't know, and they can often interact with them there through voice, text, and sharing pictures. Okay, so the rise of the popularity of these video games can put pressure on the children, even those who do not particularly want to play, but because of peer pressure they get to play, they get to take part in those online gaming. So young people will often use these video games to chat socially and exchange news about their school, about their friends, and homework also. Okay. So there are different types of online gaming. First of all, we will separate, or we will discuss this session into two parts. First of all, we will see what digital gaming is, what online gaming, video gaming is. We all know, like there are various like devices with which online gaming can be done, not only on your mobile phone or through your personal computer. There is like consoles like such as Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switches, etc., which are like into students, and many, even not only students but young kids, teenagers, and even adults play these games on a big screen, and tablets and smartphones are played on the go. Along with that, handheld devices like 3DS and PlayStation Vita are also popular. All the require all of them, they require internet connection to play. Okay, so when we say we are connected to internet, that means we are like into the cyber world. And when we say we are in cyber world, we are in connection to the cyber world, that means, that itself means that we need to be aware of the cyber crime also. Okay, so one such kind of cyber crime can happen with respect to the financial weaknesses, financial transactions. Here you can see there are various kind of video games that you can identify. Those are like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, okay, Rocket League, Battleground, and there are n number of those. Okay, so it actually, when we get into this video gaming environment, we get into the video games as well as gambling environment. Okay, because these video games first attract children, first attract adults, and then slowly when they get their interest developed, they may be like for example, let's take an example. There can be skin gambling, okay, wherein they may be something like children get engaged in it, and then children are not to be encouraged to gamble online in the form. And some sites have practiced games where no money is waggled, so we must like push our kids to play games which are gamble free. Okay, so these games are in general, you can say the environment which is involved in it, it is anonymous, because you being a kid, you are playing with someone else who you do not know. Okay, it can be violent and dangerous as well, because we have come across many news like that, that some kid, he jumped out of the 10th floor from the roof. So these can be disastrous as well. Okay, a space of grooming and inappropriate contact. Again, when a child, or when anyone who is playing digital games, he is interacting with someone, he can interact with someone he do not know. The language which is used can be offensive, it can be abusive, and the culture which is like when you are interacting with someone you do not know, it can be a bullying culture also. That okay, you can't win this game, you are like this and that. Okay, so it is very difficult to limit your gaming time as well, because it's a kind of addiction. When you cross one level, you tend to play more. Okay, I'll play more, I'll cross the next level also. So it can lead to all these problems. Along with that, there can also be health issues. Okay, so basically when you talk about young people, they are not able to self regulate. and they set time limit on gameplay, leading to the excessive use. Okay, when we talk about all these things, when we talk about health problems, wherein we have back pains, neck pains, blurred visions, headaches, and nearsightedness, all these things come from the, when you can't limit your time. Okay, not only this, young people may also experience gambling like behavior that trigger a desire to gamble in the real world. For example, you may pay money to spin a wheel, and that determines how good you are in virtual car, and you win. Okay, and it will encourage you more. It will motivate you more. That okay, next time also, whenever this kind of activity come into me, I'll definitely go for this. So allow the parents and career to discuss the risk. Okay. Further, if we identify which risk can be anticipated and which are the unexpected, would be useful to discuss. Okay. So there are various problems also that comes into the picture. Like here, you can see online video gaming environment tends to 20% of the kids are cyberbullied. They think about suicide, and 1 out of 10 attempt the suicide. Okay, because when they get to know, okay, I can't cross this level, but I need to conversate with other people who are using abusive language and some kind of offensive language, a complexity in their behavior gets in. Okay, so you can see that digital gaming not only have financial effects, but they also have your mental and psychological effects, which lead to physical effects also. Okay. Similarly, 42% of the teenagers with tech access reports being cyberbullied over the past year. Similarly, 25% of the adolescents and teens have been bullied repeatedly through their cell phones and internet. So we need to keep a check on like what kind of games our kids are playing, why they are playing, and what kind of frauds you see while playing games. One of the fraud which we are going to discuss more likely is like financial vulnerability or financial weaknesses in detail that we will come up in the coming up slides. Presently, we'll be discussing about the gaming frauds that happen. Okay, there are some thefts, there are some card frauds, there are some identity thefts, and these things we need to check on the children. Okay, so we need to check the video game content by reading the video game ratings before we see that our child is getting involved into this. Not only for children but for adults also. Okay, because not only children are getting into this problem, but adults are also suffering out of this. Okay, so play video game with your children to understand the content and know how to block and report abuse from other players. You can also activate any available safety setting and help your child choosing the video game which is appropriate to their age. Okay, when you talk to your children about these digital games they play, whatever they have watched, whatever they have seen, they share it with you. Okay, even when it is necessary, you can stop them that okay, you cannot see this game anymore. You can also ask your parents or careers strategies which strategically would be easy for them to implement quickly. Okay, so these strategies which we were discussing, it reduce the risk of video gaming or digital gaming sites. We need to check the content. We need to play it with our children. We need to block or report it if the safety goes on. Okay. Then we also need to have parental control on the video gaming. Okay, if you see that the content is harassing, it's pornographic or violent, you can report it to the gaming site and or developer directly. And if you see that your child is getting affected, you can customize the features from your child account. Like he should be able to see this much only, not above that. Okay. So similarly, if you are suspicious about someone's behavior to your child, you can report it to CEOP. Okay, there is a complete, you can say, safety center which is made by police. Okay, its website is https slash www.ceop.police.uk or .in also with the safety center. Okay, there you can report it. Similarly, if you have any criminal content, which you should report it, and to the Internet Watch Foundation. There is a foundation named Internet Watch Foundation. You can report it over there also. Okay. Most gaming platforms have guidelines about their content, and they allow on the website. If the content break the rule, then the users are encouraged to report it. Okay. Then also in that case also you can report it. Okay. So these are the details which I was telling you, that IWF, which is Internet Watch Foundation. Okay. So mainly how to get reports. Okay. An issue on online. If we talk about online, then parents and carers, those who are like they stay current with their ever-changing trends by talking to their children. Active engagement around the social media and digital gaming trends help the parents and carers to foster trust. Okay, you can visit to HWB Online Safety Zone. Okay, that is also one website wherein you'll be given some clues what to do, how to zip it. If someone is saying abusive or offensive language, you need to zip it. Okay, you need to keep your personal and private stuff also with you only. You need not to share it. You need not to share it online. If someone is like sending some nasty messages, you need to block those people. You do not open unknown links and attachment that can land you up in problem. Okay, then you need to flag it also, that okay, if your trust is being upset, trust is being hampered, then you need to flag it up. That means you need to report it. Okay, and similarly, when we say how to stay current with trends in video gaming issues, you need to have active engagement in all of these. Okay, you can go to ChildNet Internationals here, Parent Zone, then Safe Net Center, then Internet Matters also. Okay, these all organizations are there to help your children and guide parents and carers to take a appropriate step if something happens. Okay. So similarly, if we talk about online gaming and loan apps, these two are also interconnected. Like you see, whenever we are like playing some games, there are few levels, and after those levels, we need to pay something to get into those levels. Okay, similarly, a similar kind of thing happened. There was an instance like 26-year-old accountant was found hanging at his office in Bangalore, in India, due to online gaming addiction along with financial stress. So basically, what is happening actually, despite of several online gaming apps and Chinese loan app continue to thrive, attracting victims who are jobless. Okay, they are addicted to online gaming. Those addicted online games, they play more like fear of missing out something. They opt for the instant loans to subscribe for premium features which they can't see without it. The illegal loan apps are also available that charges exorbitant interest and compromise personal data as well. Victims fall into the debt trap, and then harassment occurs due to the loan app. It can also lead to suicide and other kind of crimes. Okay. So these are like very harassing things that we get into, and it is just because we are unaware of like what we are playing. If we are in internet, it's like you are going into a crowd wherein you can also face some people which are criminals, which are hackers, which are scamists. Okay, so India's vast digital finance space, this is one of the other things through which we do transactions. Okay, another online gaming danger which we see from our consoles or PCs themselves when they are outlived with their usefulness. Many families take these devices to the local these what we say, where we have to recycle our electronics, okay, or we buy something and in turn we can swap it on the website, or we can sell it on the website. So when we use it, when we go there, user often forget how much important information is there saved there in their devices, and fail to delete their profile or information also. Even they forget to delete their financial and private data. They put it on risk. Okay, so before getting rid of any computer or gaming console or tablet, or let it be your any smartphone, you should wipe all your personal details, all your private data from, and then you need to perform factory reset. The specific tools or procedure needed might vary depending upon the type of device. So it is very important to first do research of your device which you are trying to or planning to recycle. And also remember that once your device have storage area that are not affected by the device erase function. If the device uses computer compatible storage and drives like SD cards, and you connect them to the computer and securely erase the data, and do not rely on the delete function, because sometimes when we are reformatting those features, we are reformatting or erasing our data. These features are designed to permanently erase all the user data. Okay. Instead, you use a program that completely removes the data by overwriting the data multiple times. Okay. So just focus on like whether, and assure also like whether whatever SD card I was trying to delete, or whatever mobile phone I was trying to do factory reset for that, is it actually deleted all the data or not? Okay, so you need to be very vigilant about it. Okay. Next kind of problem that come up too is hidden fees. Again, when we talk about digital gaming, or you say the dangerous online gaming, we can see that there are many forms and tricks. Okay, some online games use a freemium model, which means that you give they'll give you some content for free. However, for full game features, functions, and access, payment is required. Okay, so these so-called free mobile gamers are big businessmen. In fact, okay, they are generating billions and trillions of money just in a 1 year span of time. And a few years ago, these premium business model offered to remove in-app ads for the modest one-time fees. Since then, these we would say premium models have rapidly evolved to offer subscription and expanded their functionality with virtual currencies, weaponaries, and special abilities also, and other kind of accessories as well, in exchange of the credit card payments. Okay, and in most cases, these games require users to attach a credit card detail to your gaming profile, and this card automatically gets charged whenever user purchases a new item or service through the gaming. Okay, so the simple solution for that is never give out your card number for any freemium games. Okay, if your child is playing more traditional subscription based games, or games that run through offers, that run through services like Apple or Google Play, activate the purchase password feature, and these providers offer in their account settings menu. Okay, so it's a good idea to regularly check your credit card bills also. Okay, it will assure you that somebody or your child itself has not made any purchase. If he has done, that means you need to cut that part. You need to patch that part. If you allow your children to use your smartphone or tablets, you should consider switch off in app updates. Okay, there are various settings also to prevent your child from racking up huge bills for in-app purchases. So without even realizing it, you will fall into this trap. So further, if we talk about, these were the hidden fees, or you see, these were some uh, loopholes or weak parts wherein we can fall trap while playing digital games. Another important part is malware. Okay, when we talk about malware, this Trojan comes into the picture. Malware is actually malicious software. It comes from two words. One is malicious, another one is software. So whenever we are like playing digital games, we got some pop-ups, and by mistake we can get into it. Okay, this can lead to installation of any malware on your system without your knowledge. Okay, so you need to be very careful, because these Trojans may modify a legitimate app and upload malicious version to Google Play as well. Okay, and other marketplaces also. So you need to be very vigilant about it. Malware such as adware and Trojans that convert infected machines into zombie botnets continue to plague our reputable app marketplaces. Actually, what happens is, when we talk about malware, malware is like you are giving remote access of your system to someone else who's having some bad intention. It can be like he's looking for some financial gain, or maybe he's looking for your reputation loss. So you need to be very vigilant about it. And it is not actually that difficult to get into somebody else's computer also. Okay, so often malware operates a delay timer, and the victim do not connect their online gaming to the attack. And the lesson here is, again, you need to be very mindful, like which app you are downloading and what malware. Is there any malware which is hosting on your device? Okay, because if we talk about this problems which are dealt with like in cybercrime, which are linked to the cybercrime and malware and digital gaming, these all come in loop. When you are opting for digital gaming, you can have malware in your system, and that can lead you to many cybercrimes like bullying, identity theft, credit card frauds, and kind of even sexual exploitation also. So you need to talk to your children about these kind of risks. Okay, and some kind of technical aspect should be clear to each one of us, because when we are using internet, we must need to know what kind of risks are there and how to minimize those. Okay, so there are basic three type of steps to minimize the malware risk, and those are as follows, as you can see on the slide also. You need to pay attention to the recent reviews and news stories which are in link to the digital crime as well as digital gaming. Okay, you need to research the game developers as well as the vendors or even marketplaces which are safe. Okay, use your cybersecurity software to scan the files when you download them to your mobile or your computer, and make sure you discuss all these things, all this knowledge which is being discussed to and prove to your children as well for gaming and downloading. You need to share all these technical things, all these you know points which we are discussing in order to safeguard your children, because they are not aware with what they are going, okay, what they are doing. So the importance of reputable cross-device cybersecurity software cannot be overstated. Playing online is not all fun and games. Children are at risk, okay, and they are a risk for cybercrime. So when we talk about digital gaming, all these aspects which we are discussing comes in. Another important aspect that enters when that can be seen when we talk about digital gaming is webcam worries. Okay, now we all know that when we talk about digital gaming, we also share our voice notes. We also even play, like we even chat also. We also display our videos also. We share our videos. And for that we need webcam. Okay, and webcam have been hacking targets since they entered the scene. Okay, at first the webcams were physically separate peripheral, which was manually added at the user end. That okay, I need that someone to share my video with. Then I am adding it, and that was oftenly unprotected one because we never had any kind of privacy setting in that, and there was no option even. But now these exploits, as these exploits are missing, these exploits are happening today. Many devices like laptops to tablets to smartphones, they all are featured inbuilt webcams. Okay, and the report of webcam hacks continue to be a regular event. Okay. Whether it is an internal or external, they are connected recording devices, such webcams or microphones that can be controlled, remotely by attackers, and they can exploit your children on that basis. Okay. So to mitigate this kind of risk, we need to use a cyber security software that provides a real-time and scheduled system scan for malware. Okay, this kind of software, it tells us whether our system is having any kind of malware, any kind of webcam or whatever microphone you have in your device. It is whether it is like accessible to somebody else remotely or not. Okay, it ensures that all the webcam is off as the default setting and make use of physical shield as well. Okay, they even tell that there is some opacity tape over it. Okay, so there is a, you can say there is an inbuilt camera covers also. Okay, so there is an opaque tape which will not allow anyone who is accessing your camera to see. Okay, so in this way, there are many things which we do not know, and when we get aware to such things, we discuss such things in a group, or we have these kind of sessions. We can, create awareness among common people. Further, talking about another kind of issue which we fall with respect to, financial vulnerability is emergence of virtual sweatshops. Okay, so as we know that rise of virtual economy in digital gaming has also given rise to virtual sweatshops. These sweatshops is a place where people from poor countries, they often engage they are engaged by scamsters to trick in-game protective AI. Like we all know that in each and every application, in each and every website, or in each and every commercial website, or any kind of shopping website, or any app we talk about, it is having AI in it. Okay, so they are like keeping a track on what we are doing by generating cookies, by several other kind of things. So when we say that AI is increasing, it is like a kind of functionality which enhance our usability to internet. Similar is the way they are also enhancing the usability or functionality to the scamists. Okay, those scamsters, those attackers, you say, those cyber criminals, they are also getting equipped with the AI, but not in the protective part, but with the destructive part. Okay, so these protective tools are designed to secure the games from the fraudulent bots. Those bots are like robots; they are chasing you wherever you go. Okay, and even they can circumvent humans. Okay, so similarly, these scamsters which are there in the sweatshops, they engage these sweatshops as they have harder to detect and offer them the best cost advantage. They ask them that okay, we'll be they are actually in the exploitative as well as illegal way, and the solution for this is that you require to have large scale effort to crack down on such arrangements at an individual level, one can only keep monitoring for these attacks. Okay, other thing we cannot do anything, because the thing is that whenever we talk about connections with the internet, that means there are like n type of people present over there. Okay, and when we talk about different kind of people, we can't assure that what kind of skill that person must be having. Okay, so we need to be very vigilant, we need to be very aware, like what kind of place we are visiting through this in this virtual world, what kind of game we are playing in this virtual world. So in the next part, next another kind of problem which is there is a risk of virtual mugging. Okay, so there is a stealing. You can see these virtual economy. When we talk about virtual gaming, virtual gaming is a common term used for stealing or attacking someone in the virtual world. Okay, and when we talk about attacking someone and stealing something from someone, that means we are talking on financial terms. Okay, so we very commonly we get to know that, okay, my account was having this much amount, and somebody called me, he asked me for some OTP, I shared that OTP, and my money is lost now. Okay, similarly for digital gaming also, they connect your credit card or debit card details in the very beginning only. Whenever you get to access some feature, they, without your like consent, they just take away money from your account, and you are left with nothing. Okay, so such incidents are not that common, they are not that common, they are new. Like in South Korea, where gaming is a huge industry, it has been reported that 22,000 such cases of virtual mugging, okay, that have been widely reported, and it was like way back in 2018. And virtual crimes targeting gamers, especially children have been reportedly in India as well. Okay, so here we can say that there have also been multiple incidents where children have end up making expensive purchases after getting dumped by the cybercons. Okay, so these cybercons or these like attackers, they are tending to attack us financially. They are tending to attack us, even our privacy is lost. Okay, so how to stay safe for online gaming? For that, whenever some this kind of problem come into your way, you need to block or report this kind of bully. Let it be your personal bully or financial bully, or any kind of personal information is being misused, or you are being you know harassed by someone. You need to keep check on, like what kind of person who is actually doing all these things, why he is doing, and you definitely need to safeguard your children, because they are the very first one who are interested in gaming. Okay, and not only this, even our research from Internet Software Association, they state that 70% of the families have at least one child who play video games, and gaming has become a critical segment in the game industry. Okay, so when we talk about other figures, wherein 34% of the gamers who play exclusively one system do use them on their mobile phones, and we know that on our mobile phones we have n number of other applications also, like maybe we are using online banking application, or we are using some online shopping, we are having already, we have attached those credit cards and debit card details into it. These attackers are such equipped that they can tunnel down from the gaming app to those kind of commercial apps, and they can get into your credit card details, and then they can even block your this card, or they can make transaction to your card. So similarly, privacy problem is there. So these kind of problems can only be tackled if we are aware. Okay, if we know that these online predators are going to not only lure these kids, these youngster victims with the video games, but they can also take away our entire savings and money. We need to be very careful for that. We need to check that whether these online predators are older gamers who are using video games to lure and groom the younger victims, and this can culminate in inappropriate messages, webcam chats, or even face-to-face meeting, and could lead to sexual exploitation as well. Okay, so need to when we know that we have a tough opponent outside, and then exploring new levels of game, this they form by this they form a bond with the younger gamers and the predators who already have experience, and they leverage to venture into more personal territories. Okay, so in this way there are various problems which are there, and those can be only be submerged or solved with monitoring what your child is doing. You go beyond monitoring and discussion. Regularly play video games with your children, not with the gamer. Don't let your children to don't let your child be your teacher. You need to have a personal check. Like gaming without your children cannot only ensure an accurate understanding and true open communication, it can also strengthen your bond through the shared experiences. So these kind of things can also be only be achieved when you communicate with your children, when you bring awareness to your children. So apart from this awareness and gaming thing, apart from this awareness or discussion with your children, you need to see some safety steps as well. Like you must have an antivirus software on your system. Okay, like there are n number of antiviruses. Okay, like AWAS, AVG, not an antivirus. N number of them are present. So you need to, wherever you are going for digital gaming, wherever you are going for these kind of applications wherein some malicious activity can occur, you need to have antivirus. Okay, then insert firewalls and pop-up blockers in Windows and Komodo like. Okay, you need to uninstall the unnecessary softwares like adwares. You need to uninstall them because these are the most malicious sites that can have malwares. Okay, then further maintaining backups. You need to maintain your weekly or monthly backups so that even if you are attacked by some attacker, some information is lost, at least you have backup for that. Okay, and when we talk about finances, suppose I am a victim. Okay, I'm having a mobile phone wherein I am like frequently gamer. I'm frequently playing games, online games. Okay, and I also have an online banking app on my system on my phone. Okay, and somehow some attacker can capture is like he get into my phone. Okay, he remotely access my phone. Let it be through any of the like ways we have already discussed, by any of the way. Let it be some using some malware. Now he can remotely access my phone. Okay, he can also remotely access my online banking app, and he can also remotely make online transaction for the same. Okay, so I need to check the security settings for the same, and for that I have NetStat. Okay, NetStat is a software or application, you can say, which will safeguard your settings, your security settings. It will use you can also make sure that you use secure connection. Like whenever you are using some application, or whenever you are accessing some website, like you are accessing, you should access it via HTTPS. This HTTPS is actually Hypertext Transfer Protocol, secure. Okay, earlier what used to happen is we used HTTP version. We used to use this protocol which was not secure. In this secure version, whatever communication we make, it is in the form of encrypted form. Okay, there are many hashes and many passwords are used which are in encrypted manner. So whatever communication we are doing, it cannot be even captured in the network. So we need to also take this thing very carefully, that whenever I get some mail from the digital gaming site, okay, because they ask for our mail ID, and on that mail ID they give us offers, they give us features, and they even have some attachments to it. But we must be sure that these attachments, we need not to download these attachments because they can be malicious. Okay, we do not know that whether this particular game is a valid game or having some attacker sitting over there and making some trap for us. Similarly, you need to use strong passwords. Do not give your personal information unless it is required. Okay. And I have also given the link for free antivirus. This is free for 1 year. Okay. So in this way, we can guarantee 100%, but yes, up to some extent, we can guarantee our safety and security, because on this ongoing worldwide pandemic and associated quarantines, we have increased the amount of time which we are spending while playing online games, and these days these topics are also into, they have become a buzzword. Okay, it not only outweighs subjective things, but they depend upon the age and mental state of the gamer as well, along with that gaming environment as well. So we need to have motivational, emotional, social, and cognitive benefits of the gaming to youngsters, especially in the pandemic times, wherein they are isolated from the outer world and they are, passing their times in playing games. But these games are not at all beneficial for them, for not even for their mental growth. Okay, so we need to promise ourselves, okay, that we will be aware, and we will not fill out any kind of forms which are given by the digital games for that ask for our personal information. Okay, we will not get into arguments or fights online, and we will not keep our secrets from our parents. Okay, children need to share each and everything with their parents, even if they are cyber bullied, or even if they want to have some feature which is paid, they must ask for permission. Okay? So if you inform any senior regarding that, if anyone can send me any bad picture, and you need to inform your parents whatever updation is going on. Okay, if anyone asks you to say do something, some dare kind of thing, or some few things which you are not supposed to do, you need to first inform your parents that this person is asking me this thing, should I do it or not? Okay, you must inform them, so that it's like being kids, we cannot decide few things which those decisions can be taken by our parents in a much more profitable manner, and because they have personal experience as well. So another promise that you need to make is that I'll not meet any person who met me online. Okay, I won't use any bad or rude language. Okay, so these kind of promises will not only bring your child close to you, and but they will safeguard you as well as your family from any kind of financial frauds or any kind of personal as well as physical damages. Okay. So with this, we will be closing up this session. If any query, you can send me to currentreat@cgi.in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karanpreet ma'am, for all these great safety tips against online video gaming fraud that you have been discussing in this session. I hope after today's session, all our students, all our viewers must be using the online video gaming in a safe manner. Thank you so much, Karanpreet ma'am, one more time for joining with us and delivering this informative session on digital games and financial vulnerabilities to all our students and viewers. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I would like to thank all our viewers as well who connected with us throughout this session. For now, we are wrapping up this session, but we will be back with another session. Stay connected to PM Vidya channel and NCERT official. Namaskar.